And we do start at 5 o'clock with news that we've been following all day long today. Breaking news. Now at 5 tonight, law enforcement officers across the state and a small eastern Indiana community near the Ohio border are mourning. They have the death of one of their own just this afternoon.
Lynn Town Marshal Brad Fisher passed away this morning after a suspect crashed into him during a chase. Indiana State Police say Fisher was trying to help Randolph County Sheriff's deputies stop the driver of a stolen car.
It all started this morning around 8:30 in Randolph County, about 80 miles northeast of downtown Indianapolis. Again, right there on the border of Ohio with Indiana. Our Ashton Hackman is there, and he's going to give us the very latest on what he's been able to learn. Tough day there, Ashton.
Certainly it is, ladies, and this is a very small town of about 1,000 people here in Lynn, Indiana. But besides that, we have started to see people come out here to pay their respects to Brad Fisher. As you can see behind me here, his vehicle is now outside of the Lynn Municipal Building, essentially the Lynn Police Department, after he lost his life earlier this morning. Now, Indiana State Police tell us that Randolph County Sheriff's deputies were chasing a vehicle that was reported stolen, and the driver had multiple felony warrants. At some point, that chase got closer to the town of Lynn, and that's where Fisher got involved. He stopped along US 36 to help deploy stop sticks. Police tell us that the driver of that vehicle swerved and hit Fisher. He was transported to a hospital and died shortly after getting there. The suspect also crashed into a dump truck. She was taken to a hospital to be evaluated before being booked into the Randolph County Jail. But now Indiana State Police will lead this investigation as a town begins to remember their town marshal.
The local law enforcement is going to have a tough time proceeding. But again, we're going to be here, the Indiana State Police, to assist them with whatever they need. And again, arrangements will be made for this officer who sacrificed himself for this community.
And not only sacrificed himself, but gave so much to this community. I've heard from several of Fisher's friends and those who knew him. They tell me that he was heavily involved not only as a police officer, but as a baseball coach, as an umpire. Very deep roots here in this town of Lynn. And now his family and friends are beginning to remember him. As you can see, his vehicle once again outside of the Lynn Police Department. Just a tragic situation here in this small town. And we do know that there is a vigil planned for tomorrow night here in Lynn at 7 p.m. Of course, we'll add more information to our web story as when that vigil, where it's supposed to be happening. But just a tough day in general here, ladies.
Absolutely. Ashton Hackman reporting for us. Thank you.
And we've seen a couple of other law enforcement officers across Indiana killed in similar situations. State Police Trooper Aaron Smith was hit and killed while putting out stop sticks in Hendricks County. This was a little more than 3 years ago.
And then Indiana State Police Master Trooper James Bailey died in 2023 as well. He was hit and killed while he was trying to put out stop sticks during a chase on I-69 north of Fort Wayne.
Fellow law enforcement officers and lawmakers are taking a moment to remember Town Marshal Fisher. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita wrote on social media, "Rest in peace, Marshal Fisher. Marshal Fisher, your more than 25 years of protecting the people of Indiana and the ultimate sacrifice you made while doing so will never be forgotten." And we've received many statements just like this one. You can read those right now with this story on our website, WTHR.com.
Let's take a live look outside right now. It is less humid today. It's really enjoyable to have this break from the heat. Angela is with me here in the Weather Center telling us what we can expect tonight and in the days ahead.
The heat is going to creep back up and the humidity will creep back up, but we talked about it. Spend some time outside this evening. Extra long walk, dinner on the patio. Temperatures right now are in the upper 70s and low 80s, and that humidity is low. We noticed the change early this morning. Let's take you to Morse Reservoir. We still have a breeze out of the north, and that's a comfortable flow of air. Still plenty warm for some summertime activities on the water. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s and low 80s. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Some sun, some clouds. 82 in the capital city. We have 80 in Lafayette, Frankfort at 79, Crawfordsville at 76, 81 in Bloomington, and 82 degrees in Columbus. Temperatures will stay 70s and low 80s for for the next couple of hours, but under clear skies and still this relatively cool flow of air for this time of year, we're going to be back down into the upper 50s and low 60s, similar to how we started today. 65 at 8 a.m. Now we will go up from there near 80 at noon. Highs tomorrow afternoon, middle and upper 80s. Rain chances do start to increase Friday late in the day and into Saturday. I'm going to have an early look at the timeline in the full forecast.
Thank you so much, Angela. On to more news now. Developing tonight, we're learning a 15-year-old Anderson boy could spend the rest of his life in prison for the murder of a woman. Earlier today, a Madison County judge sentenced Jamaji Larry to a total of 100 years in prison. A jury found him guilty of 5 charges in the deadly shooting of 26-year-old Dayla Swain. It happened in February of last year outside Sunny Ray's in Anderson. Larry can seek a judicial review of his sentence in at least 20 years because he was under 18 at the time of the crime. But that does not mean his sentence will be automatically reduced or that he will be released. It only offers an opportunity for the court to consider modifying his sentence.
A violent fight captured on camera. This happening here in a local grocery store.
And the video shows a teenage girl pointing a gun at a child. Speedway police are now investigating this.
Jenny Runovich talked with the family that was involved in the incident.
Well, the violence happened Sunday night at this Kroger off Crawfordsville Road in Speedway. Women and teens get into a fight, and then the gun comes out. Speedway police say the person who pulled that gun is a juvenile, a teenager, handed the gun by an adult. And family says the person she pointed it at is only 12 years old. You can see other shoppers, innocent bystanders, also trying to get away during the chaos at this Kroger. The victims say the fight stemmed from a long-standing beef with one of the women. They say they were getting cupcakes for a 2-year-old's birthday when one of the suspects spotted them and things escalated fast. But it's that gun that really has them upset.
To point a gun at a kid, yeah, that's just unacceptable.
The way she just had her hand on the trigger and then just upped it to my niece, like the gun could have possibly went off. Anybody could have been shot at that moment.
Speedway police say 3 women were arrested on preliminary battery charges. The juvenile arrested on preliminary charges of firearm possession, pointing a firearm, and battery. In Speedway, Jenny Runovich, 13 News.
An Indianapolis man will now spend nearly 50 years in prison for a shooting that left a man nearly blind. The Marion County judge sentenced 46-year-old Christopher Jethro to 47 years in prison for attempted murder and a couple of other charges as well. The shooting happened in January of 25 near East 30th and North Sherman Drive. It put Ronnie Watkins in the hospital in critical condition. Court records now state that Watkins was shot multiple times around his left eye and face.
An Indianapolis man is charged with animal cruelty tonight, accused of leaving his dogs in a hot car while he was at work. Police arrested 52-year-old James Tarpley after the incident on July 19th at the Walmart on North Keystone. Court documents state a Walmart employee notified police about a co-worker's dogs. Police say they found the 2 pit bull mixed dogs when they arrived. One of the dogs did die from heat exhaustion. The other was suffering from a heat stroke. Police said the temperature in the car was between 99 to 112 degrees at the time.
Check it out. This is the view from above, a bird's eye view. Drone Cam 13 showing us the massive construction project that's underway right now in Fountain Square along Shelby Street at Prospect. Now, this started back in December, and you can see how that road there completely impassable for drivers. And there is still just a little bit of foot traffic in the area, but you really need to go in the back and along the alleys. Ella Rhodes checked in with some of the small businesses there today to see how they are managing. How are they coping during this disruption?
As you can see, construction isn't stopping anytime soon here in Fountain Square, and business owners on Shelby Street are saying it's taking a toll on them.
The construction means restaurants like Magdalena see a lot less business, while crews tear up and repave parts of Shelby Street a little at a time. Magdalena says their profit is down more than 20% this time last year. Despite the construction, people can walk through the area to get to the businesses, but they say it's not like what it was before. Jamie Bigelow opened up her med spa right before the construction started. She says it's been hard to build new clientele.
I was so excited for all the foot traffic And then I didn't have any idea that this was going to be shut down and for as long as that it was going to be shut down. So that was a little heartbreaking.
Bigelow, along with other local business owners on Shelby Street, say they're all supporting each other to get through this. The Indianapolis Department of Public Works says they hope to reopen Shelby Street at the end of the year. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
Thank you, Ella. Ahead here at 6 o'clock, hear more from some of the local businesses that are in the Fountain Square area, and one that says the construction led to a major spill inside their restaurant. That's ahead at 6.
Well, as you've probably heard, the search is on for a new Purdue president. Former Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels is starting the upcoming school year as the interim president and sat down with us today to talk about his goals for the university.
Yes, it's a familiar position for him, and he says that now it's a big priority for Purdue to be building out the campus here in Indianapolis. But for that, he says, the biggest challenge is facing is AI.
But can we use it to make the university itself more efficient, help keep costs down for students, and have more money to reinvest in faculty and facilities? And can we help our students be especially good at going into an AI world and succeeding and knowing how to navigate it, how to be safe from it, how to avoid being used by the machines instead of us using them?
Yeah, learning in real time. Starting this fall, all undergrad students will have an AI working competency graduation requirement. Purdue says it's the first in the nation to have this.
"5:10 this Wednesday evening, and thousands of Central Indiana students are back home tonight following their first day of school. Several school districts started their fall semesters today, and that includes Wayne Township schools. The district on the west side of Indianapolis is one of the largest in the area with more than 15,000 students. And Perry Township schools went back to class as well. So that includes Perry, Meridian, and Southport high schools. Good luck to them. Also, parents, don't forget, because the bell-to-bell cell phone ban impacting your student is now in effect.
Yes, Avon, Noblesville, Warren, make sure that your students are aware before they head back to class tomorrow. So the ban does include all wireless devices. That's your phone, that's your smartwatches, that is your iPad, anything that can send messages or connect to the internet.
There's some exceptions to this law, and you can learn what those are right now on WTHR.com. We've posted more info. And students may be heading back to school, but that doesn't mean their schools are fully staffed.
We have a program that is meant to get more people teaching all across the state of Indiana. That's new ahead at 5:30. Before that, Angela.
Ladies, the school day forecast for tomorrow is another good one. Bus stop comfortable, sunny and warm, highs tomorrow in the 80s, but I am looking ahead to rain chances in the 7-day.
Day one of Colts training camp in the books. Jonathan Taylor here, practicing in search of a new deal, but positive on the outlook of a long-term deal coming in the future with this Colts front office. We talk about it. That's coming up in 13 Sports.